Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 British snacks that don't exist anymore. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're going to be looking at the snack foods that have been discontinued in the UK. Some are still available elsewhere, while if they've reappeared in the UK like Cadbury Dream Bar has, they don't count. We're also focusing on snacks we want to return, so no double-deckers with raisins, as nobody liked them. Let us know in the comments which one you missed the most, or which one we missed. Number 10. Fuse. The problem with Fuse was that it was trying to be all things to all men. This eclectic chocolate bar was sold by Cadbury in the UK for a decade before it was removed from the shelves, forever relegated to be sold only in India, where it's still produced today. Though it was mostly made of Cadbury's trademark milk chocolate, it also contained nuts, raisins, Rice Krispies, and fudge. That's just too many flavors all at once.
They gave us this to eat, and they didn't say what would happen.
And we sat there.
Suddenly our lives changed. Everything just came together.
Bizarrely, in 2015, Cadbury decided to revive the Fuse for Halloween only, and the following year announced it would be returning. However, as of 2021, Fuses have never rematerialized on British shores. You have to import them from Asia. Number 9. Galaxy Truffles. Yes, Galaxy does still make truffles, but you all know which Galaxy truffles we're talking about. The ones in celebrations that were unfairly ousted back in 2011 in favor of the inferior Celebrations Twix. Twixes might be great too, but the tiny ones in the tub not only aren't as good as the truffles, but they're not as good as a normal Twix either. Over the years, the outpouring of public grief over the loss of the Galaxy Truffles led to many petitions calling on them to be reinstated. But it wasn't until 2019 that they were brought back in boxes of their own, much like the beloved Malteser Truffles. Still, it's just not the same. Number 8. Ice Cream Monster Munch. This limited edition flavor might not have made much of an impact on you depending on how strong your memories of 2004 are, but it definitely did exist, and it was extremely weird. Monster Munch is known for its flavorful crisps that taste like pickled onion and roast beef, not this bizarre vanilla ice cream endeavor. Though we can't imagine the vanilla ice cream Monster Munch was actually that nice, we'd like to see them return so we can remember how bizarre they were.
Monster Munch. They're monstrous.
Some people who do remember this often forgotten crisp say they actually weren't that bad. But the reception to the flavor was so awful, Walkers had scrubbed it from the British public's collective memory. Number 7. Mingles. Apparently by 2011, there just wasn't the market for a selection box made entirely of mint chocolates anymore. Mint chocolate did become a polarizing flavor in the 2010s, bizarrely, but as you can still get mint arrows and matchmakers, the market obviously still exists.
You just can't eat a single mingle.
In the end, Mingles was a casualty of one particular factory closure in Winchester. After the factory shuttered, the decision was made not to make Mingles anymore, in a decision that has made Christmas just a little bit less magical ever since. In the end, they were only sold for 9 years, and at least we'll always have Mint Lindor. Number 6. Cocoa Pop Straws. It was definitely a good idea and solves the problem of what to do with the leftover milk when you've finished your cereal. Do you pour it away or drink it straight from the bowl? Well, with the advent of these edible chocolatey straws in 2006, you could drink the remaining milk without risking spilling it everywhere. Plus, it was supposed to make the milk into chocolate milk on the way up.
How long can you sit before you have to munch?
Unfortunately for Kellogg's, it just wasn't resoundingly popular, despite the fact they tasted pretty good, even if you ate them without bothering with the cereal. Various petitions have sprung up demanding Kellogg's to make them again. Number 5. Coke with lemon. When you go out for a meal anywhere nicer than a fast food restaurant, you're probably gonna be offered a slice of refreshing lemon or lime in your Coke. But what if there was a way to avoid going to the trouble of actually slicing a lemon? Once upon a time, there was, as Coca-Cola decided to produce Coca-Cola with lemon back in 2001. Coke with lemons spread around the world, but its originating point was still in the UK, until it was discontinued in the UK in 2006. It's still not entirely clear why Coke with lemon turned out to be a flop in Britain when it seemed like a brilliant idea for a flavour. Number 4. Mars Delight. Mars bars are great, but all that nougat and caramel can make them a bit stodgy. That's why the Mars Delight was conceived as a smaller, airier spin on the standard Mars bars that looked like a flake on the inside. It was only sold in British supermarkets for 4 years, taken off the market by Mars in 2008. According to the company, when it answered the many fans clamoring for the Delight to return, it was discontinued because it was unpopular. But you wouldn't know it from the desperate petitions all calling for it to be brought back. And remarkably, in 2020, a bar more than a decade past its sell-by date went for 50 quid on eBay.
Yeah, what a taste.
Number 3. Flake Snow. The humble flake has been a popular snack for decades, but it once had an alternative version called the Flake Snow, or if you remember its original iteration in 2000, the Snowflake. This was a white chocolate flake coated in Cadbury's trademark milk chocolate, and it was delicious. But like so many things, it was gone too soon, leaving shelves in 2008, though it has since appeared in Australia. Luckily though, Cadbury did bring back the dream, albeit under a new name, so you can satisfy your cravings for Cadbury's white chocolate. Does this mean we might see a snowflake revival too? Only time will tell. Number 2. Panda Pops. For almost 40 years, Panda Pops were manufactured and distributed throughout the UK, beloved by children up and down the country. They finally got the can in 2011 because apparently fizzy drinks are bad for kids. Who knew? They were simply so full of artificial colors and flavors that they just couldn't survive in the 21st century, not with the likes of Jamie Oliver hanging about. Though shockingly, they were actually sold in schools for a time. But for 35 years, you could consume flavors like Cherryade, Cherry Jelly, and a cola flavor that was so dark you'd wonder if they put tar in it, not to mention the bright blue raspberry. Nothing edible should be that blue. Number 1. Mars Planets. These circular chocolates were Mars's answer to Maltesers, but being as Mars actually already owns Maltesers, they didn't really find their audience.
Soft, chewy, and crispy Mars Planets. Mix it up.
It was a gap in the market that didn't actually exist, which was probably why Mars Planets failed, as good as they were. One was chewy, one was crispy, and one was soft, containing many of the ingredients of the actual Mars bar, but separated. They just didn't take off and faded into obscurity in the late 2000s, before eventually vanishing by 2007. And unlike many other lost treats, the demand for planets to return isn't there, which is a shame because they were delicious. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.